Hello folks, welcome back to Wayfarer VCV Rack Patches. I'm your host, Dr. Lawrence W. Moore of the Wayfarer Project. In this episode, I am going to be showing you a patch that I made in VCV Rack. It's one of those things where I set out to make something else to begin with, and I got pleasantly diverted into something that really sounded good to me as I was crafting the sound, and so I thought I'd share it. I'm titling this, complexly enough, Medieval Lo-Fi Distorted, or Medieval Distorted Lo-Fi Resonator Lead with Drone, something like that. And basically I'm going to show it to you right here. And then we'll get into it and we'll make it together so you can see what are some of the parameters that do what to the sound, and you might be able to then customize things and go off in a different direction. Pretty cool stuff happens when you use what I've been using in this. So let me call it up here so we can check it out to begin with. Here we go. Grab some headphones. Now I'm going to hold down a drone on a D. This is a 49 key keyboard that I have, so I can put my thumb on the D, and then my rest of my fingers on my left hand can be used on the pitch bend and mod wheel of the keyboard. This D is a D below middle C. And now I'm going to play in D Dorian, a little bit above middle C. Kind of has that reedy organ bladder instrument type of sound, really medieval. And now here's where the lo-fi distorted stuff comes in. Gonna move up the mod wheel a little bit. Now, depending on what you're going for, you could really whack it out here. Pitch bend. Yeah, so let's roll the theme and see how to make this bad boy. All right, here we go. Okay, so we're back here. I saved this, and what I'm going to do is open up a basically a template I have. If you've been following along with this series, basically I show you in episode 1 this mixer section that I like to use as a template, and the different modules involved, mostly mind meld modules. They're all free modules, but basically I like to have a bit of a mixer when I'm designing sounds. And then, of course, later after you design the sound, you can decide how much of the mixing section are you using. So anyway, here we are. We got the 8-channel mixer from MindMeld, the aux expansion. I have a Surge XT Reverb 2 module here, an MSC hack compressor on the way out. I really have it all turned down right now, not using it, but it's here in case I decide I need it. Parametric EQ from MindMeld, and then 2 Squinky Labs compressors here. They are 8-channel compressors with capability of doing 16 data streams each. So you could do mono or stereo channels, and they line up with the channels on the mixer here. The second one is, the first one's channels 1 through 8, and the second one is the aux and group subgroups. So I can compress them as well. So that's the lay of the land here. Now we're going to zoom in and make stuff. That's the brief summary. If you would like to know more about my setup, start with episode 1. I mean, this series can be viewed in order, starting with episode 1. No, I don't need to open up something else. Let's put in a MIDI input. All right, here. MIDI to CV, and set it for my MIDI controller. All right, and then we are going to need 2 oscillators that are VCOs from the Surge XT collection. I like to use the modern VCO for part of the sound, and then part of the sound is also going to be should have left it there. The windowed VCO. This is a powerful little VCO. And then I'm going to mix these together. Yeah, I know I have an 8-channel mixer below, but the way I really want to do this, I found it easier just to call up a little 4-channel mixer from Surge XT once again. And okay, what we can do is hear a little bit of this, because I'd like to talk about the sound design as I go, so you can hear what does what as we build, and then you can decide what you want to do with it. I'm hooking up the pitch connections here, and yeah, we do want the gate though. Let's get the search for EG, and the Surge XT envelope generator is right here, and we're going to hook up its gate input to the gate coming from MIDI to CV. So basically, when I press a key, we hear something. When I release a key, we don't, which is the way I'd like to have it. There we go, gate. And the way this one works, we could take Now, I'm not doing anything stereo with this VCO, so there's no point in taking both the left and right outs. You could, but might as well just keep it left channel mono for now and plug it in here for channel 1 on the mixer. And actually, we'll work with that one first, and then we'll add the other one. So then I'll take the left mono out here into the gate, and then we'll come out of the gate into a channel on the mixer there. There we go. So we're hearing this. And what I started working with is something I like to work with this oscillator is using pretty much triangle wave with a little bit of square. Right about there. Hardly any square, but just enough to make it sound a little bit tubular. What do I mean by that? Oh, maybe clarinetish. We will work with the envelope later, but we're going to add another aspect to the sound here. Let's take left out from here. It is going to respond to our pitch. Now, this windowed oscillator has a couple of parameters that are really cool. Morph and formant. And as long as I'm turned up on the mixer, we'll be hearing it. Let's see here. Turn up all the way as well as the other one. We can adjust level here if it gets to be too much. There we go. Now there's a preset here I like called harp. There we go, harp 1. Now listen to what you get with the formant. Pretty much from 12 o'clock on up. We're getting some pretty cool stuff. Now, one thing I noticed, let's say we're there. The morph does move along this, I guess it would be kind of like a time, or typically it's kind of like viewed as that way, but it's basically moving along, shall we say, the z-axis here. In the spectral graph, that would be like a time axis. And so I'm going to use both of these. And the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to take mod 1 here, hook it up to the mod wheel, input there. And then I'm going to check off mod 1 here. So now we're assigning the range of it. I'd like it to come down all the way to here to 12 o'clock position. So that's why I left it set like that. And then with mod 1 selected here, I'm now establishing the upper range of it. So I'm going to turn the mod wheel all the way up. And then by left clicking on the knob, I can kind of set might as well be all the way. If you don't like that, you can pull it down. Actually, I think I like that. And then, let's see what we can do with morph here. I'm going to be hooking up the mod 2, but before I start assigning it, I'm just going to work with morph. and I'm using the mod wheel. I think what I'm going to do is have morph set all the way up and then have it, with use of the mod wheel, go down, because it seems to crystallize the formant a little bit more that way. So I'm going to turn this on, and basically when the mod wheel's all the way up, I want it to be here. Now let's turn that off and see if it works. You can see the setting change here. So that's a good starting point. I was originally trying to make a didgeridoo sound, and it was just a little too exciting, or not exciting, let's say synthy for a didgeridoo. So I decided, okay, let's let it be untamed and see where this sound goes. Now I'm going to use a VCF here from Surge XT. This is almost the Surge XT show. And I'll put the audio out into here and take the left mono out from here. Put it in our ADSR there. Now this is with the mod wheel down. And you see this really locks it into there. But I was probing through the different settings here, and I found one. You know, some of these are pretty cool with this sound. FX. That's close. I don't know that that's the one that I found. It was FX something. FX. No. Yeah, FX comb. There we go. I knew it had some teeth to it. All right, so now what we're going to do is calibrate the mod for this. So I'll take this over here to mod wheel again. And let's see where we want to set it for. Like the drone without the mod being put up. There, how about that? Okay, and then we're going to turn on this and turn the mod wheel all the way up and set this. Right about there, how about that? Let's try this on some higher notes. Pretty cool. What I decided to do then also is allow for the possibility of polyphony. So I like lucky number 7. 7-note polyphony. These modules are polyphonic capable. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this. And then we're going to go to about 1 octave on the pitch bend. And then, excuse me, hit the wrong key there. Let's add a little delay to this. Now, I'm going to not do it through the aux sends, but rather have it go into a delay right after the ADSR. Now, here it is important to put the delay from Surge XT after the ADSR, because the delay itself does not handle polyphony. So you want it at the end where all the polyphony is supported, and then this just becomes an effect on it. You want note on and off to be handled by a polyphonic module here and have all that done before it goes into delay. Otherwise, it kind of blocks the polyphony. So let's put this over here, and I'm actually going to hook up the stereo because we are going to do some stereo stuff with the delay. Now, I don't want it to be that much of a delay, and also I'm going to put it 50-50 in the mix setting so it doesn't delay as much of the sound. I'm going to make it a little bit quicker by moving you here and have the right side be a little bit behind. Have these close but not lining up. Let's turn you down a little bit here. No, actually we do need a little more. There we go. And this I'm going to turn up a little bit, the crossfade on the feedback. Now, one thing I found with this sound, especially we go to channel 1 here on the parametric EQ. I want to compress this a little bit so that I hear a little more presence from the harmonics. And so we're on channel 1 here. I can turn off bypass, lower the threshold, and we can hear the threshold. The compression has come in. And then we're going to compensate with makeup. Okay, now I also felt right around here, even when you play higher pitches, unless you play a lot higher pitches, this area I feel could use a little bit of a boost. So we go. And then finally, the final addition is, now that's Echo, my favorite here on Surge XT's Reverb 2. Channel 1 on the mixer is going to go up there in the 12 o'clock position. Let's work with the envelope a little bit here. I'm going to make the decay portion of the envelope a little bit longer. Slower attack as well. Alright, so let's explore this a bit more. What can be done with this? I'll zoom out and basically like pitch bend. Of course, I'm working with mod wheel there. Now let's try the drone out. Now it doesn't have a drone implied, obviously. It's a sound where you can use a drone. Let's try a couple more notes here. 2-note drone at a perfect fifth. Now we're getting some crackle there. If you like that. I mean, I do have lo-fi in the description because it does that now and then. But there might be a way to pull that down a little bit here with... I could also turn things down on the mixer here. Maybe a little less of the windowed VCO. There we go. I think that has attenuated it enough. There, I'm hearing some buzz. probably that could be fixed a little bit here. This might be a little too high. Although I'm hearing it somewhere in here. Let's lower the threshold a bit more so we get a little more compression without boosting the makeup gain, but let me look at it here. Yeah, we're getting a little bit fuzzy there. Let's see if we can EQ that out a little bit here. Come on, get there. Subtle movements with the mod wheel can do so much. It's a really beautiful dynamic instrument, I believe. So thank you for joining me. If you felt this was useful for you at all, please hit that like button. Please share your thoughts in the comments section. Interaction does help these videos get seen by more people on YouTube, and I appreciate your help in that. But I guess if that's it for this time, let's take a snapshot. There we go. That's the bad boy itself. Until next time, take care and stay medieval.